Hey, Segura for MMA Junkie. I'm here with UFC featherweight contender Josh Emmett. That seems to be in some sort of spaceship, but no, he's in a hyperbaric chamber. Josh, how are you? It looks like you're doing great, man. I saw the interview with Bisping not so long ago. Your face was a little busted up, but it looks a lot different now. It looks like you've been recovering quite fast.
Yeah, no, I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. It's that's just the thing with me. I say it all the time. It's like I have such a light complexion. I'm light skinned, so it's like you look at any of my fights. Like once I get hit, I turn all red. I have so much scar tissue on my face, so it's like cuts open up, and yeah, I can't hide it. But it's like it's been like 4.5 days, and yeah, I look good. I just have a little you know, black eye, but I heal so fast. I think it's a lot to do with my diet and my recovery regimen. So, man, in like a few more days, like a week out from the fight, I'll be back to 100%.
Yeah, you're in any specific diets or anything you do specifically?
Yeah, I just work with one of the best dietitians in the country. I feel like in the world. So perfecting athletes, they prep me for the fight, help me all fight week, and then yeah, I'm just back on. Just eating the same stuff that I've been eating. Just I'm eating more. I'm able to eat more food, but just eating super healthy, just so I can heal fast.
Yeah, you don't give yourself like a nice reward meal after, such a battle, after such a big win. I don't know, some burgers, some fries. Or do
No,
you
I,
eat
I, I
something?
typically do. That's the biggest thing. I'm such a foodie, and usually I have like a sweet tooth, like for like baked goods, like cookies and cupcakes and ice cream, and I'll definitely indulge in that. I did for like a day or two in Austin. I had some barbecue. I definitely I stuffed myself to where I felt like sick because I ate. I've been eating so clean for 2 months, and then I ate all this barbecue, then I ate all this dessert, and then I was just like, oh man, I felt like I was gonna throw up because I ate so much shit. But so I'm just kind of over it. So I'm back on my plan.
Yeah, for sure. And just one more thing regarding your recovery. You've been in multiple wars in the past. This is not your first rodeo. So more or less, how long does it take you to get back to 100% and be healed up?
Yeah, yeah, I actually feel great. My body feels good. Normally I'll have something like some lingering thing, but man, my body feels great. The only thing is I just have like I had to get some stitches. I had a
Yeah.
big cut that opened up that I've opened that cut up several times, and it was like the first punch. It wasn't even a flush punch. It kind of like grazed the eyelid where I'd been cut before, had sutures, and it just opened up and then it got bigger. So as soon as I get the stitches out in like another 4 or 5 days, man, I should be good to rock. So I'm going to get back in practice. I always take a little time off just to kind of
Mhm.
decompress physically, mentally. So yeah, I'll probably just enjoy the time with my wife and my family and friends, and I'll get back to training in I don't know a few weeks or so.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, man, lots to talk to you about. Obviously, a lot of things going on around your career. So, let's get to it. I don't want to spend too much time in the decision. I feel like you've already addressed that a lot, in different interviews and following the event as well. But more or less, I mean, it was a pretty, I guess, split decision, if I may add. Like a lot of people felt like you won. A lot of people felt like Kattar won. I feel like a lot of people were very vocal on this decision. Sometimes they're like, it could have gone either way. But I feel like in this one, a lot of people were where it felt really strongly either way. More or less, what has been the feedback, if any? I don't know if you look at the comments and all that, but more or less, what has been the feedback that you've gotten from the fan base?
Yeah, no, I think at the end of the day, it's like he has fans and his family and friends. Of course, they're going to be on his side. I have the same. Um, but man, I literally I watched the fight again. So I watched
Mhm.
it in the moment. It's hard because everything kind of blurs together. But I watched the fight. I still feel like I won 1 through 3. I gave him four. I feel like he won the fourth round, and then the fifth round was pretty close. But so I could see it going to him, or I still feel like I won it. Like I still feel like I won 4 rounds to 1. Uh, he was hitting me with a jab, and it didn't do anything to me. I didn't feel the power. I didn't feel anything. I would take 10 of those to land a big power shot. When I was landing punches, it would move him. Like it would move him. Like, but I don't ever get moved. There's one thing where I try to throw a spinning elbow when he hit me with that, I tried to throw it and he hit me with the right, so it looked like I like slipped, but I was just kind of off balance. Like I still feel like I got 4-1 rounds. Give him 3-2. I still win unanimous. I don't think it should have been a split decision, but who knows? There's a reason. Like some of the comments too. People are like, look at his face. It's because what I said. Like I get marked up. Look at any of my faces or any of my fights. That's why you don't score a fight based off of how someone looks. You score it round by round. And I think the judges definitely made the right decision on the split, even though I think it should have been unanimous. But I'm not a judge, so who knows?
Yeah.
On to the next.
So you said that you already rewatched the fight. What are some of the things that you liked about your performance, and what are some of the things that maybe you weren't so happy about?
Yeah, I'm always a tough critic on myself, that's for sure. But yeah, I went out there to get my hand raised. I went out there to win. That's what I was doing. My coaches, teammates, family, and friends knew what I was doing. So we mission accomplished. I would have liked to finish the fight. I feel like there's several opportunities I could have done a lot more by watching it from the outside. I could have implemented so much more. But at the end of the day, a win's a win. I'm happy with it. And yeah, I'll go back to the gym and continue to work on things, continue to evolve, and yeah, you guys will see even a better version of myself the next outing.
Yeah, for sure, man. And so the fight is over. You get a big win. You extend your current winning streak. You call for a title shot. Tuesday rolls out. The UFC rankings officially update. Whoever is it that votes on that? Not me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who else does. They placed you, I believe, right at number 4.
Yep.
So behind. Let me double check here. 1 second. Yes, right at number 4. Obviously over Kattar, and right behind Brian Ortega, Jair Rodriguez, and Max Holloway, who's currently the number 1 contender and fighting for the belt. Are you happy with that placement? I don't know if you've gotten a chance to look at the rankings. Do you feel like they got it right, given your win streak, given that big win over Kattar?
Definitely, I definitely saw the rankings. Calvin was ranked number 4, so I figured I'd at least take his spot. So minimum, I'd be ranked 4, maybe a little higher. Who knows? Like you said, it's with the people that I don't know who makes those decides the rankings, but I do feel like that fight was a title eliminator. I know it was. I feel like that was like a number 1 contender spot. Like I said, the guys in front of me, they're great fighters. They fought the guys at the top of the division. Volkanovski and Holloway are fighting next weekend. So it's like, man, I feel like regardless, I'm fighting the winner of that next fight on July 2nd. I feel like that's the only fight to make. I'm the only one that has not fought the very top of the division, and man, I've been ready my entire career, and just give me the opportunity, and people will see how great I am. I rise to the occasion, and I'll put on a hell of a performance, and I got to the UFC to become a world champion. I'm so close, and yeah, it's within reach now.
Yeah, for sure, man. And look, those 2 guys, not counting Max Holloway, above you in the rankings, in the UFC's rankings, Brian Ortega and Jay Rodriguez, they're supposed to fight on July 16th. Some people have gone out there and made the claim, look, whoever wins there can maybe slip in and be the next one to get the title shot. Does that even cross your mind? Do you feel like they're a threat to that as far as your ambitions to fight for the title? You feel like you've done so much more than them that that shouldn't even be a factor?
Yeah, no, like I said, they're really good fighters. They're ranked number 2 and 3, but they fought the top of the division. Like I don't understand how that makes sense. So whoever wins is on a 1-fight winning streak. It just doesn't make any sense. Like also those guys just stay there. They lose a fight, they're inactive for a year or 2. They stay there. Like it doesn't make sense. I've been active, even though I've had some injuries in the past and some layoffs, but I'm constantly coming back. I'm constantly fighting behind me. They move me around the rankings. If I didn't fight for a year or 2, I'd be out of the top 10. So I feel like, man, I just feel like it's our time. This is I'm making a run at this title, and I'm sticking to it. Like I'm fighting for the title. Like I feel like I'm fighting the winner of July 2nd card.
Yeah. Have you gotten a chance to talk to Dana or anybody at the UFC brass about this? Has anybody reached out?
No, not yet. But
Okay.
but I am going to be out there International Fight Week, sitting cage side. Dana has some tickets for me, so that's a good thing.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. You're gonna be watching that up close. Let's talk about that fight. Obviously, a trilogy fight. Volkanovski's up 2-0, which is kind of bizarre. Usually, trilogy fights don't go down if a fighter is under those conditions. But given the nature of the decisions, I feel like a lot of people feel like a trilogy is warranted between the two. What do you think of that fight? Do you feel like there's a chance that Holloway can get one for him? Because it seems a lot of people have Volkanovski up and maybe not giving Holloway sort of a big chance in this fight.
Yeah, no, there's always a chance. Max Holloway is one of the greatest featherweights of all time. The second fight was super close. People think it was controversial, but at the end of the day, like I think Volkanovski just kind of styles make fights, and I think I was calling it before they fought the first time. I said Volkanovski's style is going to be the guy to beat Max Holloway, and he did.
Mhm.
I also think they both continue to get better and better with each outing. So I know they've been in there. They fought each other for 15 minutes. They have a game plan. They have an idea of what the fighter is going to do. So yeah, I'm excited for it. But it's two of the best guys in the world. Um, there does come with, like, if someone makes a mistake, the other one can capitalize on it, or if there's just a little bit of luck on your side, that can always help out when you're literally fighting the best guys in the world. That comes into play. So I'm excited to see the fight. I'm fans of both of the guys, and I think it's going to be a phenomenal contest and a great fight for the fans.
Yeah. What do you think the result's going to be?
I don't know. It's hard for me to go against the champion. It's hard for me
Mhm.
to pick against a champion that is also on a 20 plus fight winning streak. Someone that's undefeated in the UFC, that's beat these legends and all time greats, and continues to impress and get better and better. So I could see it going either way, but I'm leaning towards the champion, Volkanovski.
Yeah.
I believe that he's got the job done twice. I think he's going to do so again, but anything can happen in MMA. That's the crazy thing about this sport. It's like you have no you have no idea. It's like you could feel the best you've ever felt before a fight, and then go out there and get knocked out the first punch thrown. So it's a wild sport, and but I am, if I had to bet, I would lean towards the champion.
Yeah. And from what I've seen and heard in the media, as far as like some of the things that you've said, it seems that you like the Volkanovski matchup a bit more than the Holloway one. Not that you don't like your odds against Holloway, but it feels like you see something there with Volkanovski that you enjoy. And also, I feel like you have a lot of respect for what he's done in the division and how he's established himself. What is it about that matchup specifically that you kind of have your eye on? Is it kind of like the history, being the first man to give an L to Volkanovski, obviously, if he were to get past Max Holloway again, or is it something about the style itself that interests you about the fight?
Yeah, no, I have so much respect to both those guys. I have respect to everyone in the division, anyone that fights. You know what I mean? But Volkanovski, he's the goat at the moment in the featherweight division. You know what I mean? And that is someone that, like, I think stylistically, I think him and I are so similar. We're so similar in fighting style, in size, strength, explosivity, just everything about it. I think it's a fight that the fans, the matchmakers, everybody would be so excited for. And yeah, it's also that, like, I've been saying, I want to fight the best of the best. He's undefeated. He's the champion. He's one of the pound for pound best fighters in the UFC. I want whoever that is. I want the best of the best, so I can continue to show people and just show the world how great I am when I do get that shot and when I do win.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you mentioned the GOAT conversation. You think if he beats Holloway, will he be the featherweight GOAT? Do you think that'll be enough to surpass the body of work that Aldo has put in the division?
Yeah, how can it not? He's also beat Aldo, and then Max Holloway's beat Aldo a few times, and then if Volkanovski's beat Max 3 times, it's like, and look at the guys he's fought. He fought my teammate and friend Chad Mendez, and he continues to get better and better. Like, how can you argue against that? You know what I mean? At least in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, it certainly makes things very, very interesting. I think if he beats Holloway, a third time, I think a lot of people are going to have to reconsider the conversation. Right now, I have Aldo, me personally, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that may change after UFC 276. We'll see. All right, Josh. Well, I know you're a busy man. You got a lot of things to do, so I don't want to take away any more from your time. I appreciate the interview, and best of luck, not only in the recovery, but in whatever comes next as far as the negotiations and whatnot for your next fight.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.